What's up, you guys? We're gonna hop in the Samurai. The door on the outside is broke, so you gotta hop in here, use this door, and make sure it doesn't shut. But anyways, we're gonna get the Samurai started. It hasn't ran in a little bit. So let me set this up here. We're gonna try to get this started here. It's been a minute, so I'm not sure if it's gonna start or if it's gonna need a jump, what the situation is. And this is my key. So I usually pump the gas a little bit. There we go, she's kicking over. Look at that, you guys. First try. This thing literally hasn't ran in probably a month and a half. It's been colder as heck outside. So I wanted to get it warmed up and running. We need to pull it into the shop and check some things out. I gotta sit here and kind of keep the throttle on it. Let it warm up a little bit. Let all the cylinders finally wake up. It sounds like it was on 3, but it sounds like we might be on 4 now. Gas tanks right here in the back. You can watch the fuel being put back into the can that's not being used, so that's kind of trick. I put in these custom cup holders. They work great. They're out of your feet. You can put your drinks right there. But I really want to get this thing fixed up, you guys. I want to cut out some new panels for the interior. I'm looking to do a roll cage that will turn into a do-it-yourself kit for you guys out there watching with Samurais. Gonna rhino line the bed. Kind of do it up for the trails, not necessarily rock crawling, but good old trail rig. Man, she's running. Warming her up. Take her for a spin. I'm gonna put her in 4 low just so it creeps. This thing is super low geared, you guys. I think it's got a 4-to-1 in it. So if you can see there, I'm not even on the gas at all, and we're just chugging. It does have a locker in the rear, so it's kind of hard to turn, and it's got a Lincoln locker in the front, which makes it a little hard to turn as well. So being in 4-wheel drive, you got the front case is trying to turn, and the rear is also. Let me know in the comments if you guys have Samurais, been in a Samurai, drove a Samurai, love Samurais, hate Samurais, whatever it is. I want to know, because what we're about to do to this Samurai might make some heads turn. I'm not sure, but I need to pull this thing into the shop and evaluate it.
Snap, crackle, pop.
All right. The door slamming Zook is in the shop, and we are gonna rob the axles right from underneath this thing, so we can put them right inside Yoshi, our adult mini rock lizard. This thing is gonna be super sick. Let me take you to the whiteboard. So here we have constructed one of our junior lizards, and we have added 4 inches to the top here and 4 inches to the back this way. That is going to allow me to sit in this little guy. Then we're gonna go over to the Samurai, and we're gonna take the Suzuki axles that are currently in it, and we are gonna take these and roll them right up under here. And then we're gonna take and build our custom 4-link suspension that we have dialed in for the past several years. We're gonna go ahead and do that to this. And we are gonna take this car all the way to Salt Lake Off-Road Expo to show you guys. So with the Suzuki Samurai, these things are only a 98-inch wheelbase, which means putting it on a car lift is kind of hard. Your arms are usually like this. You've got to roll it front to back just to get the arms underneath the car. Kind of funny, I always thought. But I also thought that made it a really good platform for rock crawlers. It's a short vehicle, you extend the wheelbase, and now you've got something you can go rock crawling with. And that's exactly where I started, you guys. Oh, I'm hung up over here. Swing back over here. So, these are a little crooked on there. And that will be out of the way of the springs and the axles that we're going to be taking out of this car. Alright, we got to steal some power so we can plug in the lift and take this thing up. I usually don't check if it's good, I just go up, if it falls off, it falls off. Looks like we're good. Hurry, put it down, it's on the fuel line. Just kidding. So, here we have a Suzuki Samurai with some tiny cute little axles, guys. We've used these on a couple of our mini junior builds that you guys have seen, and here's where they come from, Suzuki Samurai. So basically gonna pull the leaf springs and just drop this axle out, pull the U-bolts, roll the axles out. We'll get those cleaned up and ready to go into the adult mini Yoshi.
There we have it. One front Samurai axle successfully removed. Everything was easy besides that steering arm. Anyways, just cut it off. We're not going to use it anyways. So the rear should be just as simple. Don't have steering. Oh wait, never mind. We got a park brake. Okay, still not terrible. Yeah, still almost just as simple, hopefully just as simple. Anyway, so I'm going to start pulling the rear out and do the same exact thing. There we have it. Both axles, very unprofessionally, just kidding, professionally uninstalled. So yeah, these are going under that bad girl right there, adult mini. I'm calling it Yoshi, like Mario Kart. But anyways, super stoked to see this thing on some fresh set of axles. But yeah, there we have it.
So we've got these leaf spring perches all tacked up and ready to go. And as you can see, they're a bit bigger than your normal leaf spring. So that's a stock Samurai one, and there's the one I built for our new Toyota axle. So quite a bit different. As you see, there's quite a bit of length there, but they're gonna look and work perfect. So we're gonna get these welded up, and then onto the real job is getting the axle centered up underneath there, get these on and placed in where they need to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my hood dropped and get these bad boys welded out. All right, so I'm gonna jump on the forklift and we're gonna choke these axles out and swing them out of place and get them underneath the zoo. Should be able to just come swing over here. Yeah, let's choke the rear right there, bud. I got this. Then put this on the other side of the disc. Same axle, yeah.
Come forward more at all?
About that, that's about it. This is pretty sweet, you guys. So we've basically got the FJ axle sitting here in front of the Zook. So here's where you've got to ask yourself the question, do you want to go spring under or spring over? It was originally with the Samurai axles a spring under, keeping the car real low, but limited our tire size. So with this axle being even bigger, I think I'm gonna go spring under. That way we open up the wheel wells for bigger tires and a little more clearance all the way around. If needed to be, because it's sitting too high, we can make new shackles, bring in this 5-inch shackle down to a 3 or 4-inch shackle, which would also bring the ride height down. So we are currently gonna get this measured and put a center line on that, measure our springs and put our springs on there where we want them, and then we will go ahead and slide it under and see where it sits. So I've got center line marked out on the axle, and I've also got center line of where the perches need to be. This one needed a little bit of clearance since it sits up on the diff, but that was super minor scale. So I'm gonna get these placed there. I'm gonna go ahead and get my pinion and my caster angle where I love it, and then we're gonna tack these on. Let me show you guys what Malcolm's about to cut off on this side. So these shock towers, someone kind of booger welded and got on here. I mean, they work, but we're definitely cutting those off, and we're gonna do something else here at FABN801. I used to have a nickname called the Customizer. My last name's Miser, and the guys at the first shop I worked at, they all called me the Customizer, because I would never leave stuff alone. Yeah, those things are nice and tight in there, so Malcolm's in there with the cutoff wheel, getting those cut out, and then we're gonna slide this front axle in. We're gonna need a few parts as well. So one of the companies we work with is Trail Gear. We're gonna hit them up and get some high steer arms, some knuckles, a few upgrades for this, and U-bolts. So let us know in the comments, are you guys building a Toyota Samurai, either or, and use a lot of the parts from Trail Gear? Let us know, we can help you out and get you those. So all right, we're moving right along to the rear. We got the center marks all lined out. We've got it exactly where the perches need to go. And then we've got the perches sitting above the spring so you guys can see exactly what we're doing here. Malcolm just rolled the welder over, and we're gonna jack this thing right up into place with the spring perches, get them where we want it, set our pinion, and tack everything down. Let me see if I got a couple shorties.
Okay.
Don't. You know what? Maybe these will work. I'm gonna make them work.